Hello and welcome to another Ask Kev Anything, episode 11. Yep, already 11 episodes of this stuff. But I love it. Keep sending in the questions. You know I love to hear from you guys. Again, I'm sorry if I don't get to your question, but I get a lot of questions. Question number 1 from PCONDE 705, P-Coned 705. He asks, hello and welcome. Kevin, here is a question. Rumor has it that Tobey Maguire will not be playing Spider-Man in the future Spider-Man movies that Sony are planning to do. What do you think of this, and if it happens, who would you like to see replace Tobey Maguire? Well, in my opinion, the best suit for the Peter Parker role, I always said, if we can't get Tobey Maguire, personally, I like to see Jake Gyllenhaal. Because other than Tobey Maguire, I think that Jake Gyllenhaal would do a great job. He's a great actor, he kind of looks the role, kind of shy-ish, nerdy-ish, you know, but still like cool type guy. You know, good for action, I think. I think he would do well. Not to mention Donnie Darko is awesome. Next question is from DPSTQ, and he asks, I have a few questions about Transformers for you. And mainly, they are, what are your thoughts about the Fusors and Transmetals from Beast Wars and Beast Machines? Well, if we're talking about the TV series, Beast Wars was awesome. Beast Wars was one of the greatest Transformer series ever. I like more G1 because I was raised in it, but if I were to pick a series after G1, Beast Wars was definitely the best. Beast Machines wasn't nearly as good as Beast Wars. It was still my second best after the original series, because let's face it, everything that came out after was Japanese production. All those shows suck. Well, in my opinion, anyway, they suck. As for the toys, what was cool is when we were talking about the Fusors here. When the Fusors came out, it was awesome because Hasbro delegated the task to Kenner. Kenner brought out the original first line, first wave, if you will, of the Beast Wars Fusors, and they were by far the coolest of the toy line, and probably the most closest to the toy line in resemblance. So props up to Kenner back then for doing that. You know what I mean? Now it's all just Hasbro, but back then Kenner was actually part of Hasbro, but its own little entity, if you will, and they did a tremendous job in the first run of the Transmetals. And then the Transmetal 2s, as you can see, they're less of a quality of a toy, and naturally, who created those? That went back to Hasbro. So, you know. Next question is from Gayman64, and he says, are you pissed that John Cena has held on to the WWE title for more than a year now? Pissed? No. I mean, I like to see the title change hands, you know. But one thing I'll say, a lot of people diss Cena. My friends know, my personal friends, and know that I don't diss Cena. Although I'm kind of tired of seeing him as a champion. There's one thing that I do like about him, and you gotta give him credit for this, is that from the moment he gets into the ring till the end of the match, he's full of energy. And another thing, the guy comes into the ring, and every day he wrestles a lot. He probably wrestles more than any other wrestler in the WWE, and he's never injured. And people might say, oh, it's because he doesn't do anything. Well, he's not as slow-paced as like Triple H and Hulk Hogan and them, you know what I mean? He's a little quicker paced, and just to see him go, you know, a year straight, not get injured, it's kind of remarkable. Because most wrestlers nowadays are always injured. Look at WWE's roster, man. They've had injuries this year up the yin-yang. So am I happy about a year reign? No, not necessarily. I like to see the title switch hands, but personally, I don't have anything really against Cena. Next question from Chris Leishman 92, and he says, hey Kev, I have a question for you. Have you seen TNA recently? And a decision to give Angle all the belts, and then releasing people like Matt Bentley for room for bigger people. My question is, what are your opinions on what TNA's decision have been lately, and do you agree or disagree with them? Thanks for reading. Another wrestling question. Interesting. TNA by far the better product. Between that and WWE, TNA is a better product. I don't care who's going to say WWE is better or they're not better. TNA, I like their storylines. I actually like them better. I like what they do with certain characters, and it's actually entertaining wrestling to watch. Not just, I fell out the ring, there's my spot, I'm done. The thing about TNA, what they're doing right now, I don't blame them for what they're doing. I mean, right now, well actually it's been already announced, we're going to have a 2-hour show. So Impact's going to be on for 2 hours. This is going to give a chance for all the X Division stars to start, you know, showing their stuff again. The fact of putting all the belts on Kurt Angle, I don't really mind it because I do like Kurt Angle. The only thing I didn't like about that, I didn't like Jay Lethal losing the Cruiserweight title. Not the Cruiserweight title, sorry, the X Division title. Because, let's face it, that Black Machismo gimmick is so over, man. The crowd loves it. I love it. He does a perfect impersonation. He just makes me laugh. It's awesome. Love the Black Machismo character. So I didn't like the fact that Jay Lethal won the title at pay-per-view, then lost it the next day to Samoa Joe, although he wasn't pinned. I did like the fact that Jay Lethal did beat Kurt Angle with a clean pin to get it back. So I suppose it does even out. So the fact to put the belts on Angle, why not? They put him on him for a month. He dropped them all except for the world title, which is the only one he should actually have anyways. So, yeah, I'm not really happy about... Although it's kind of funny, I always tease my friend about Patman Jones having the tag title, you know what I mean? Being the best team player ever. Being, you know, the big champ that he is, you know what I mean? Not even wrestling because he can't wrestle. He's not allowed to, apparently, because of the contract that he has still with at the NFL. So I always tease my friend about Patman Jones being the greatest wrestler ever, you know, winning the tag match and his tag team title in his first match and all that. But deep down, putting the titles on somebody that can't wrestle, I don't agree with that. Next question from Master Exor, and he asks, how do you feel about Marvel cancelling Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man and Sensational Spider-Man and instead releasing 3 Amazing Spider-Mans a month? I think it's a very clever move for Marvel. Because what are they going to do? Some people do... Everybody reads Amazing. Well, mostly everybody. Everybody that doesn't just read Ultimate reads Amazing. You know what I mean? Nobody reads Friendly and not Amazing. You read Amazing. So what are they going to do? They're going to get people to buy it 3 times a month. As opposed to people who just bought Amazing and didn't buy Friendly. Or bought Amazing and Friendly but didn't buy Sensational. Marvel's just basically going to suck the money dry on Spider-Man fans. Good business decision. The only thing I'm curious to see is how it's going to work on the alternating storylines when you change artists and writers. We'll see how that goes when the time comes. And another question here, my last question, is from Akhtar. And he says, I know you hate the Spider-Man 3 toys brought out by Hasbro because they're too darn small. Yes, I do hate them. However, they are coming out with deluxe 10-inch figures of Spider-Man, Sandman, and Venom. What do you think of those and will you get them? No, I will not get them. I've seen them. I've seen them at the toy stores. I've seen them at Toys R Us. I've seen them at Walmart. I won't get them, and I'll tell you why I'm not going to get them. Number one, Hasbro releasing smaller figures like this for the Spider-Mans was a shitty decision. I've always said it was shitty. They realized how shitty it was, so they brought it back to Marvel Legends scale in the new Spider-Man Marvel Legends line from the movie. Fine. Alright. So you've corrected a wrong. Now what are you doing? Well, basically the double of a 6-inch is a 12-inch. Marvel Legends scales are 6-inch, 12-inch. What are they doing here? They're putting a 10-inch out, which is the double of their 5-inch piece of crap. So basically what they're saying is, well, we're going to bring out the 10-inch piece of shit here, so people are going to buy it, and then later on what we're going to do, we'll bring out a 12-inch. Then people will have to buy that shit too. No. I'm not going with it. It's as simple. I'll buy the new Marvel Legends Spider-Man movie figures, because they're correct scale to the normal Marvel Legends. The only way I'm going to buy a bigger figure of Spider-Man is if they release him in a 12-inch format. If it's a 12-inch Black Spider-Man, 12-inch Venom, I'll buy it. If it's not a 12-inch, these 10-inchers, I'm not buying them. And besides, the 10-inch Venom is fucking purple. Yes, he's purple again. What the fuck is wrong with Hasbro? Are they colorblind? Alright, that's it for me. Take care, guys. Keep watching, keep subscribing, keep sending in these questions. Later.